Norway has been one of the largest oil and gas exporters in the world, and its third largest region, Stavanger, has become Europe's oil and gas capital, housing all major international operators. That's where the Petroleum Commission is headed for a week-long trade mission.
One of the key mandates of Petroleum Commission is to promote local content and Ghanaian participation in the upstream petroleum sector. This is the second trade mission that we are having. The first one was done in Aberdeen, where over 50 Ghanaian companies participated and met their Scottish counterparts.
The visit is coinciding with the 2018 Offshore North Sea Conference and exhibition in Stavanger, Norway. The event, held every 2 years, showcases the latest innovation in the industry.
We believe that the platform that will be created for these Ghanaian companies at this conference will allow them to meet so many companies across the world that participate in the oil and gas sector.
Welcome to Stavanger. It is the oil city of Norway. It is one of the biggest oil cities in the world, and of course this is venue for the Offshore North Sea Conference, which is bringing together major stakeholders in the oil and gas industry. They are hoping to connect, they are hoping to explore business opportunities in the next 5 days. Now, what is also interesting about this is that we've got Ghanaian companies here, about 40 of them, emerging companies and startups, all here hoping to showcase what Ghana has and also foster partnerships. Busy day at the Clarion Hotel, where the Offshore North Sea Conference and exhibition has officially opened. The big names in the oil and gas industry are all gathered here to market and look forward to opportunities to grow their businesses, and Ghana is not left out. Now, the CEO of the Petroleum Commission officially welcomed the Ghanaian delegation to the conference and exhibition.
This is not a joyride, this is a business trip. Our expectation is that before we all go back, each and every one of you would have gotten business. Because contracts, subcontracts, and maybe subcontracts will be awarded. And it is on the back of this that you are all here. So go to the companies, speak to them, find pairs, find companies that operate in your sphere of operation or business, and build the needed linkages. Otherwise, when the contracts start coming, you may be found wanting because you don't have, a foreign partner. Well, Ghana is here at the invitation of the Norwegian energy partners. What is in it for us? Well, that is what we asked the director, Africa Midstream at Norway.
We are here to facilitate business meetings between the Ghanaian visiting and the Norwegian companies. So by Thursday, when we finish with the Ghanaian session, we hope that we are able to make an interaction between the Ghanaian visiting companies and the international companies, including the Norwegians. Okay. So from there on, the business will take place.
Well, as we have been reporting, this trade mission is giving opportunity to some 40 Ghanaian businesses. We understand that they are emerging companies and startups, to give them the opportunity to foster partnerships and explore the market as far as the oil and gas sector is concerned. I'm here with
Kofi Manfi on behalf of Woodfields Energy.
What do you do?
Woodfields is an oil trading company as well as an oil support services company. So we're here to learn from people that have done this over 50 years. Ghana is fairly young when it comes to the oil industry. We've been in for just about 10 years. So we need the necessary technical expertise to be able to capitalize on everything. And there's the local content as well. So when we learn from these people, we can also transfer this knowledge to our local people so that they can also be able to do this and increase employment and everything in the country.
Okay, so tell me your name and what you do as well.
Okay, my name is Eric Ray and I'm with Atpage Limited. We deal in heavy duty equipment material supply. So we just don't want to be at just the startup point. We want to grow. That's why we are here. We want to meet up with many people as possible. And with the help of Norway and Eka Energy and other potential energy, we want to really grow. That's why we are here.
Okay. Well, speaking to the Petroleum Commission, one of the things they had to say is that they've got a list of many Ghanaian companies, but they are unable to sort of attract investors or foster partnerships. What do you think are the challenges that you experience that make it so difficult for some of you to sort of connect with multinationals and get into business, if you like?
Well, it has to do with the opportunity. So a platform like this opens up the opportunity for local companies like Woodfields and his company to be able to network with the right companies, to be able to partner with them. For example, Woodfields has been in the industry for over 25 years now. We started off from the downstream, so we have the necessary expertise to be able to partner with the right fit, the right company, to be able to bring the necessary experience to the country. So what we are looking for right now is to partner people with the necessary technical experience who can actually train our people as well and be able to grow as a company.
Okay, and you're dealing with financially driven and technologically driven industry. Is that also a challenge?
It's sometimes a challenge, but we as the local company, we have our support, like we have our backings already, and because we have proven beyond doubt that many of the financial institutions have like they back us, and they have assured us in case we have a bigger contract to do and we don't have the necessary or the needed equipment, they will supply us or they will give us the backing, financial backing, so it won't be a problem when we chance on any potential company.
Norway's petroleum era started more than 50 years ago, and a number of early fields are still producing. The first fields to be developed were in the North Sea, and the industry has gradually expanded northwards into the Norwegian Sea and the Barents Sea. Norway's first licensing round was announced on the 13th of April 1965, and 22 production licenses were awarded, covering 78 blocks. Just before Christmas in 1969, Phillips Petroleum informed the Norwegian authorities of the discovery of Ekofisk, which turned out to be one of the largest offshore oil fields ever discovered. This was the breakthrough that began Norway's success story. The building behind me is the Norwegian Petroleum Directorate. It's more like the Petroleum Commission of Ghana. We are here to understand how data from geological surveys are stored and how that information is utilized. Ghana started pumping oil in commercial quantities in 2010. Petroleum Commission was established in July 2011 to regulate and manage the exploitation of petroleum resources and coordinate the policies in relation to them. The visit to the Norwegian Petroleum Directorate was to be a learning experience.
The operator is required to send us a 25% longitudinal cut of all cores.
The Norwegian Petroleum Directorate stores core samples and drill cuttings from exploration and production wells on the Norwegian shelf. In addition, the Directorate has oil and reference samples for geochemical standards.
Having the data, storing the data, and at least having access to data, to look into the data, has been absolutely vital for the Norwegian shelf, because that puts us in a position when the companies present plans, proposals to us, and they make their assessments. We can go into the data, we can look at the data, we can look at the company's plans, and then we can make an assessment based on access to data. And of course, in general, we have access to much more data than the companies, because there are regulations on which data is public and which data is private. And a lot of the data in the licenses belongs to the companies that are there. But we have the bigger perspective because we see not only a single license, but we see all the licenses and we have all the data from when petroleum activity started.
The Petroleum Commission's delegation also got an update on the Oil for Development program, a cooperation between Ghana and Norway reached in 2008 to help Ghana manage our petroleum resources in a sustainable manner.
One of the strengths of this program and kind of a proof of the good relationship between the Norwegians and the Ghanaians is that every time we met a challenge, we overcame it. We took it on, and we even had some differences, but we always found a solution so we could continue. So we also see that all the activities we've been cooperating on, we actually have progress on all of them. Some of them have very good progress, and some of them not as good as we would like to have seen, but because of challenges. But we've always came to a solution. So that's also something that I, tell people that I think that's also a proof of a very good cooperation.
No doubt the OFD program has been of immense benefit to Ghana, and at the end of the discussion, we learned Ghana has put forward a request to Norway for an extension of the program. Day 2 is going on in earnest. Today, we get a glimpse of the Ghana Pavilion. You can see it over there, the stand where the Petroleum Commission has set up. We've got, like we've been reporting, so many Ghanaian companies coming to this conference and exhibition to showcase what they have and to foster partnerships. So I'm going to take you around the Ghana Pavilion. I have here, as you'd see, Freddie Jordan Oil Company Limited. So what's your name?
My name is Kwame Chantua.
Okay, so tell me about your experience.
Well, so far it's been quite good, and you realize that it's those who are very interested in coming into Ghana that are coming to the stand. But yes, for a local company, I think it's been quite good.
Okay. I'm going to ask you about the theme for this year's conference, which is Innovate. How do you think that is critical for the oil and gas sector, innovation?
Well, when you look at oil and gas, it's an evolving industry, and you have different facets of the oil industry. You have onshore, offshore, you have shallow to deep, you have ultra deep. All these come with different types of logistics and different types of organizations that you need. And so we have placed ourselves whereby whether it's onshore, whether it's offshore, whether it's ultra deep, whether it's deep, whether it's shallow, we can partner some of these companies that come in. But it's a very interesting industry and quite a wide industry too.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Freddie Jordan Oil Company Limited. I want to take you to our next stand, which is the Barge Freight company. So we want to find out exactly what they do. The director is here, Ato.
Yes.
How has it been so far?
Well, we can't complain. We give thanks to God. It's very positive for us to be here.
Are people approaching you? Are people expressing interest in what you do?
Yes, very much so. And if I may say so, we actually recently had a contract with RK Energy.
And we've been talking about the difficulties that local companies face in venturing into partnership with multinationals because of concerns about their capabilities. But for you, you have been, should I say, blessed enough to have to partner such a multinational. What do you think you do differently, or what do you think that you have done over the years that has made you catch the eye of a multinational like Aker?
Yeah, the fact that we say that local companies are not up to it itself is a cliche which has been overused, and wrongly so. We have a budding industry, as in the oil and gas industry is budding, and so obviously we don't expect to be at the standard of the multinationals. Having said that, there are a lot of capable companies here in Ghana who are able to partner, and they've done so over the years with foreign companies, and they deliver on their mandate as well.
So officials from the Petroleum Commission are here. We've got officials from GMPC, we've got government officials here, all hoping to engage people, hoping to bring money home Just like we had the CEO of the Petroleum Commission say, this is not a joyride, but essentially an opportunity for people to bring monies into the pockets of the Ghanaian people. And the acting CEO of the Petroleum Commission, Egbert Fable Jr., would not mince words about Ghana's determination to enforce a local content policy as he addressed a gathering of Ghanaian firms and Norwegian investors.
We seek, among others, to have everyone who has, or every company that has the needed competency to be able to bid for and win something. So we seek also to unbundle contracts. We seek to unbundle contracts. So we want to communicate here and now that we deprecate, conduct that, you see one company forming 3, 4 other companies to get all the contracts in a particular value chain. When we see that, we will stop it and unbundle and free some of the contracts for everyone else who is fit, proper to get something to do.
The visit to Norway was important for many reasons. One of them, Aker Energy Ghana, the Norwegian oil exploration firm, which is expected to begin oil exploration in Ghana at the end of 2021. Aker acquired Hess Corporation's stake in the deepwater Tano Cape 3 Points block in the western region in June this year.
This is a promising block with several discoveries, and we are now working to mature these discoveries, and we think this will be the next producing field in Ghana. We are, as we speak, we are operational. We have more than 100 people located in Oslo and in Accra in Ghana. I am the country manager on the ground now in Ghana, and I have a good local organization supporting me, and the organization is growing as we speak. We are building up the organization now in Ghana with only local Ghanaians in the organization.
Big day for Ghana at the ONS. The Ghana session is underway.
Mr. Chairman, honorable members of Parliament from Ghana, all protocol observed. When I was asked to talk on making Ghana an attractive area, I said to myself, I thought we'd finished doing that. I looked around, I didn't see where else we have left out that we can talk about in Ghana. Fortunately, we have a number of things coming up now, so I thought I should dwell on that.
We are inviting all of you gathered here and other people listening to us. There are opportunities coming up in Ghana, and we are very excited about the future of the oil and gas industry in Ghana.
One by one, the Ghanaian firms did their pitching. From Aberdeen, Scotland, and now Stavanger, Norway, the Petroleum Commission takes stock of its mission so far.
The discussion we have had with many Ghanaian companies suggests that a lot of business contacts have been made, networking has gone on. Our partner, Aker Energy, have expressed interest to support the flagship project of the government, that is Accelerated Oil and Gas Capacity Building Project. Today, we have two Ghanaian companies, so 2 Norwegian companies that have expressed interest to work with the Petroleum Commission to implement the AOGC project. We also met with Telecom Norway, who has also expressed interest to work in Ghana. They say they have operations in Nigeria as well, and they want to extend similar service to Ghana.
In my personal assessment, it's been very successful. Very successful. I put the successful rate at over 95%. And I know why I'm saying this, because when we came in, we focused on Petroleum Commission as the interface between legislation in the country and policy implementation by the ministry where I stand. And given the kind of presentations they made when we had our day-to-day, it was amazing how, with the backing of the ministry and GNPC, Petroleum Commission have been able to position Ghana as an attractive investment destination in the oil and gas industry. We have seen Norwegian investors come to us and start to express interest. But most importantly, the aspect that has been exciting is Aker Energy's own decision to invest hugely in the oil and gas sector of the economy, and also very impressively to take a long-term view of the industry.
There were a number of surprises. There were a number of things that we were thinking at the back of our mind. Shall we get this or not? And I'm so happy to say that all the things we were thinking at the back of our head, we got all that we wanted for here. For instance, if you talk of the, GNPC is trying to put up a laboratory now, and I was happy all of us went to the Norwegian Petroleum Directorate, and you saw the way they kept their course, their samples, the neatness, and so on. Today we had a clear indication, and apart from the technical people at the Norwegian Petroleum Directorate, which confirmed that they would do something about it, we met the Minister for Foreign Affairs, who said, indeed, they've received the letter and they are willing to extend that. So these are good indications of the extension of the cooperation with Norway.
Working in a very proactive way to clear the path for people like yourselves and also others who are yet to come to be able to have a foothold in the industry. And I know that someday, when the story is told, from those who started, from GNPC right through to the present day, everybody's contribution role will be acknowledged. If we will be remembered as let's say, the set that ensured that local content was taken to the level where it would take into and nothing else, I'm sure, Chairman, with your permission, we'll be satisfied. We'll be satisfied. Maybe others may come and look at the technical aspects, but our focus is to ensure that we give our people the necessary empowerment so that we do not, look back with regret, with respect to earnings and, let's say, capacity building and every other relevant thing that we ought to do. So, on that note, I just want to thank you very much and thank the Ministry of Energy, ably represented by the Deputy Minister and also the Chief Director, and indeed all of you who came.
And for the businesses that follow the Petroleum Commission, the trip was an eye-opener with some promising opportunities for partnerships. Darrell Kwao, Stavanger, Norway.